Nick Ferrari at breakfast on LBC. Call 0345 6060 973.
OK, Paul, I do hope you can hold Dave and others you want to comment on Batley and Spen, but let's get the views. We will be hearing from the victorious Labour Party in the next hour, but it's the turn of the Conservatives now. Chair of the Conservative Party and obviously Conservative MP Amanda Milling joins me now. Thank you for coming on. Why did you lose?
So look, this was always going to be a really tough battle. It was disappointing, but actually we didn't lose. We didn't.
No, I'm sorry, I don't know what you don't understand.
Gain it.
You did lose. I don't know what you don't understand, Amanda. You lost.
So this was a Labour hold.
Yes.
It was not a Labour win. But actually, I just want to.
Sorry, it's not a Labour win. What do you class it then?
Well, at the end of the day, this was theirs to lose. This was
and they didn't. They won.
But they only held on by a matter of a few hundred votes, just over 300 votes.
Amanda Milling, do you imagine if England beat Ukraine by 1 goal tomorrow night that goes in off the referee's backside on the 89th and a half minute? Do you think England fans will say, oh, we didn't really win, did we? So shall we be candid with each other? There's a problem for the Conservative Party, and just having your leader and Prime Minister arrive, eat an ice cream and walk along the prom and talk about the vaccination programme doesn't cut it any longer, does it, Amanda Milling?
So look, governing parties don't gain by-elections, don't win by-elections, particularly at this stage after 11 years in government. The result that we had in Hartlepool was extraordinary, but actually the fact that we were just over 300 votes away from kind of gaining the seat, it was exceptional in itself. And every one of these by-elections is a tough battle. Each one's unique. This was always going to be a tough fight for us.
Do you think the good folk of Batley and Spen turned their back on the Conservatives because of incompetence or sleaze?
So look, there was a whole host of different issues that came up on the doorstep. What we ran was a positive campaign on the issues that really mattered to the voters. We were out on the doorstep day in, day out, trying to make the case. And let's not forget, this has been a Labour seat for nearly a quarter of a century. It was always going to be incredibly tough in order to gain this seat.
But why did you send the Prime Minister up there to canvass if you didn't think you had a realistic chance of winning?
Look, the Prime Minister...
It's the end of the demolition of the Red Wall, isn't it, Amanda Milling?
This is one by-election. We were very, very close to gaining it from Labour. Actually, Labour have got a lot of answers to questions to answer.
I'm looking forward to speaking with one of their senior members in a moment. We'll stick with the Conservatives if we may. How much was this the inability or incompetence of Boris Johnson to sack Matt Hancock?
Look, when the story broke within 24 hours, Matt resigned. That was the right thing for Matt to do, to resign. And, we had a new health secretary. And now Sajid Javid is focused on kind of the job in hand in terms of getting these vaccines rolled out so that we can start to open up the country and get back to life as normal.
Lastly, it's the bad old days, isn't it? It's Conservatives, senior Conservatives having affairs. It's the allegations of jobs being handed out on the public payroll. It's allegations of sleaze. It's the same old Tories, isn't it, Amanda Milling?
Look, when you look at this result, you see that we came incredibly close to gaining a seat from Labour. That in itself was quite exceptional. And, it's quite an exceptional result to be so close to gaining a seat at this point in the electoral cycle after 11 years in government.
What can you tell us? Lastly, it seems a bit of confusion. The Prime Minister is determined to try and hit that unlock date later this month, but some precautions must stay in place. Can you give us an indication what they might be?
Look, we're doing everything we can to get this vaccine rolled out so that on the 19th of July we can get to that next stage, step 4 in the roadmap, getting back to life as normal.
I'm grateful for your time. Enjoy your weekend. Thank you, Amanda Milling, your Conservative MP and your chair of the Conservative Party. Dave will be coming to you in just a moment. But I referenced the game there with the chair of the Conservative Party. So let's go back. All eyes, of course, are on that big kickoff. I'll be telling you 10 things you never knew about the Ukraine in just a moment. That's after I speak with Dave in Bournemouth. Though, Dave, your reaction to that result last night. Morning.
Morning, Nick. Good to speak to you again. First, I just want to go back. I agree with your financial pundit. 3-0 tomorrow night.
You agree with that? There was a click on the line.
I do.
Gosh.
Yeah, I do. I agree.
Gosh. Okay. Well, that'd be exciting.